We can write the code in the tabular form to make a simple visualization. You can recall what we did in the previous tutorial. The first sum equals sum plus I is presented here. The second sum equals sum plus I is presented here. In the first iteration, I should be 1 and the rest of the code where we can see I then it should be 1. Initially, the sum is set to 0 at the start because we are starting with nothing and adding 0 does not change the total. For the first iteration, this sum should be 0 because at the beginning of the code we wrote sum equals 0. Now, the first sum equals sum plus I line is executed first, and then the updated value of the sum that means 1 will be used for the second sum. Now, the sum of 1 and 1 that means 2 should be printed and the updated value of sum that means 2 is stored back into sum. In the second iteration, I should be 2 and the rest of the code where we can see I, then it should be 2. For the second iteration, this sum should be 2 because after the first iteration, the sum stored 2. Now, the first sum equals sum plus I line is executed first, and then the updated value of the sum that means 4 will be used for the second sum. Finally, the sum of 4 and 2 should be printed and the updated value of sum that means 6 is stored back into sum. In the third iteration, I should be 3 and the rest of the code where we can see I then it should be 3. For the third iteration, this sum should be 6 because after the second iteration, the sum stored 6. Now, the first sum equals sum plus I line is executed first, and then the updated value of the sum that means 9 will be used for the second sum. Finally, the sum of 9 and 3 should be printed. Let's go to Jupyter Notebook. Here we can see 2, 6, and 12 are printed. After first iteration, the sum is 2, after second iteration 6, and finally after third iteration the sum is 12.